Hi everyone. I'd like you to understand how to paraphrase someone during your assignments and to ensure that you are not plagiarizing when using someone else's words when writing your content. So when you look at someone else's work, whether it's in a journal article like what you're seeing on screen, or whether it's your Kotler and Armstrong textbook, or wherever your content is from, it's important that you don't simply copy and paste and put the person's name behind it. So if you look at this section here, we often see students just copy, um, paste it like this in a Word document, and add the author's name and the date of publication at the end. This is absolutely not acceptable in academic writing. So I'd like to encourage you to study and practice paraphrasing and use direct quotes with the use of obviously your quotation marks rather sparingly. So when we quote someone directly, um, as we see is the case here, where the author of this article, Brian Ott, directly quotes someone else named Tate, who was published in 2016. If we look at this article, the direct quotations indicate that those words were direct quotes from this particular article. Now, you do it, like I said, sparingly, not more than 2 or 3 per page, and it needs to be short bursts, not entire paragraphs. When you want to take someone else's idea and submit it into your assignment, it's very important that you paraphrase. Now, how do we paraphrase? Let's look at that paragraph in question. You have to, when you paraphrase, read the content, understand the content, and put it in your own words. These are the most important aspects relating to paraphrasing. Now, when you read the content, it's often not unusual to not even understand what a particular author is saying. Okay, so it might be because there's words that you don't understand, like discourse. Now, you can simply look on the synonyms. Discourse refers to, they say, speech, dialogue, a sermon. I would say conversation or speech or dialogue is a better reference. If not, you can always refer to your good friend Google. So first you read it, then you make sure that you understand everything you read, and only once you understand what you've read, you'd be able to put it in your own words. So let's read this article or this paragraph together. Uncivil communication refers to speech that is impolite, insulting, or otherwise offensive. 2 dimensions of Twitter in particular encourages uncivil discourse. First, Twitter is decidedly informal. Its lack of concern with proper grammar and style undermines norms that tend to enforce civility. Let's pause here. What are they saying? They are referring here to the rudeness that we associate with people communicating on Twitter. They call it uncivil discourse. You can just call it hating or just being plainly rude. So the first reason they cite is that the language on Twitter is informal. There's no regards for proper grammar and style, and that proper grammar and style is something that enforces civility. If I walk into your office and I say, "How's it?" and I'm chewing gum or whatever the case may be, that does not enforce civility or civil engagement. But when I walk in and I greet you properly, then there's civil engagement. I say, "Good day, ma'am, good day, sir." That is proper grammar and style. Okay, so this is really what they're saying here. Then we can skip that sentence. Second, Twitter depersonalizes interactions, creating a context in which people do not consider how their interactions will affect each other. So what they're saying here is that when there's a depersonalization of interaction, usually how we interact as people We go ahead, we meet someone, we see each other face to face, we speak over the phone, we do a video call, whatever the case is. However, there's no personalization like that in Twitter. In the Twitterverse, we speak to just other people, other things, other humans that's sitting somewhere in the world or somewhere in South Africa. We don't care, or we don't know when what they're going through. So how do we paraphrase this content? So we can just rewrite it as follows. Ott states that a lack of formal language use on Twitter, as well as the absence of face-to-face interaction, may result in rude or offensive comments by users. This may result in users depersonalizing each other, not seeing each other as humans with rights, but rather as faceless respondents drifting somewhere in cyberspace. And of course, spell check is very important. So do you see what we did? You read, you understand, and you write it in your own words. I really hope this helps. This will definitely also help your Turnitin score to be lower, and you should be aiming for 18% or less. All right, so I trust this helped. If you have any other questions, please consult with your lecturer, consult with student support, with your resource center, Google, YouTube, for further information or whatever the case may be. All the best with your assignment.